I can hear. Okay, we are now live. Thank you for watching. And this is a spur of the moment thing. And I was trying to test like the whole scheduling a live webinar thing, and I'm still having trouble with that. But we're doing what we can. And Ariana's here to sing happy birthday, because what I want to do today is do a little bit of a happy birthday look back at Ministry to Children, because this website, and thank you guys for joining in live. I see you joining the stream now. I appreciate that. You can leave a comment or say happy birthday or whatever, but Ariana is going to sing happy birthday. And then I'm going to put her out of here. Ready?
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
That's not the happy way. Sing it the happy way. Happy birthday.
Okay.
Oh.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right, you guys leave me a comment, because I told her I would pay her $5 for that, but I don't know, maybe it's worth $3. We'll see. All right, go watch TV. We're going to thank you guys for joining live today. And Kristen may hop in here in a minute. Kristen is our lead curriculum developer right now. But what I want to do today is just have a minute to talk about Ministry to Children and what it's meant to me. And this is a little website, and I call it a little website still because sharing, yes. Okay. This website, it started in 2007. And to give you a little background, I was working at a tiny little church, and I was trying to connect with other children's ministry people. Facebook was not mainstream yet, Twitter, all this stuff. It was basically, you can have a blog or you can live in a city. You just didn't have people around you doing children's ministry. So I jumped on the Wayback Machine here to find the very first capture of ministrytochildren.com on the Wayback Machine. And here you go. Here's a look at it. And I don't know where I got this olive green theme from. I do know, but I don't know why I chose it. And to be fair, like, my experience was not in design, website building, any of this stuff. I was just a guy in a tiny church trying to do children's ministry. So I, just me at that point, threw this website up, and I just wanted to find a way to connect to people. And I was doing stuff like watching videos, just blogging about children's ministry, which was kind of the thing at the time. And people would comment, and we would have discussions and all this. And it was a way to get fellowship and connection before the age of Facebook, before all this. Well, you want to fast forward a little bit, and it's about the same. So this was 2007. This is the first capture, but we started on May the 24th. I started on May the 24th, 2007. And then, oh, it's still an ugly website. You hop forward to 2008, January, it's still an ugly website, but people are starting to use it. And I'll show you that in a minute, the people that start to use it. 2008, again here, by that summer, I'm trying to do a banner. You know, I don't know how to do graphic design. I don't do nothing. I'm a seminary student at that point. So I'm just trying to do it. And so I started reviewing Bible school themes, and that was something that they kind of built momentum for the website, because I was like, you know, here I was doing the same research for my church, and I was like, leadership team, here's what we think is important and whatnot about each theme. Ariana, turn that off, please. Turn that off, please. And by the way, this is still the COVID lockdown, and there's no privacy anywhere in America. We have little children drinking out of the sink. Go, 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 go. Fast forward to 2011, and I've invested in a premium theme. I'm paying money now, like probably $40 to get the website looking a little more professional. And at that point in time, I was just like, hey, you know, this website should look like, you know, it should look like, let me just go see if anybody's watching yet. Oh, we got some people watching. Please leave a comment or happy birthday. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Everybody's shouting out. Hey, true story. And I'm a Dave Ramsey fan, but I'll tell you the truth here. when I started this website way back at the ugly free version, I did something that I spent like $40 on a credit card because I didn't have any money. I mean, it wasn't in the family budget. Let's just say that, because I was working at a church for like 20 grand a year or something tiny. And that was my only job. And I had some kids and it was just like, what? So I put it on a credit card to buy this domain. And people have teased me. Let me get back to the story here. We're in 2011, like ministry-to-children.com. And I have friends who are website people now who still make fun of me. They said, what were you thinking? Were you like trying to spam Google? And I was just like, I don't know, like ministry to children is like the synonym for children's ministry, which was already taken because you have childrensministry.com. There was a childrensministry.org, childrensministry.net. And I was like, ministry to children is just a synonym, but it doesn't make sense if it's all together. So I said, well, let's hyphenate it. Anyway, so that's how I got the worst domain in children's ministry, but it turned out good because, you know, it's obvious. And I think that's what matters most in websites is that it's obvious. So fast forward, here we are, 2011, 2012. And you guys who are watching on the live stream or watching this later, I will answer any questions you have about this because I am not a big computer guy. Well, I was like a computer video game guy, and I was in seminary and I was typing, but you know, I didn't know how to build a website and I was just learning this as we went. So ministry-to-children.com, it's starting to look a little better here, but I still thought it needed to look like the New York Times. I mean, in my mind, I was like, okay, New York Times, you have this banner, you have this stuff in the menu bar here, which would be like the New York Times date and all this stuff. And then you have columns. And I just thought that's what a website's supposed to look like. Well, fast forward to 2013, I started getting a little edgy, got into a different theme. So the original was like, I forget the name now, but then I went into a Genesis theme. And that was pretty much for the next 11 years. I was in this theme with some tweaks. Jumped ahead to 2014. I still don't really have a banner or a brand, which is kind of embarrassing because everybody says now, like, you know, you need to have if you're a website or if you're a business, you need to have a brand. And I was just like, yeah, let's throw some lessons up. And the website began to focus because in the beginning, it was just me throwing up, you know, let's see if Kristen's not jumping in here. Nope, she's not jumping in here yet. So the website in the beginning was like, hey, and Kristen, if you're watching this, I sent you the email, jump on the stream. I'll include you in because you're the big curriculum designer now. And so I didn't know about branding. I didn't know about websites. I didn't know about domains. I was teaching children's ministry every week in my church and I was trying to do it. And once the website got popular, some of these businesses started contacting me and they were like, hey, let's do advertisement with you. And that's what this started. And I was like, sure, I'll take some money. I mean, I'm not making a killing here in the church. I'm trying to pay my car payment. And that was a big breakthrough for me, like as a pro blogger, when I was able to take that sponsorship money and actually pay my car payment one week. And my wife finally said, oh, maybe that $40 on the credit card was not such a sin after all. You know, it was kind of that deal. And so it kept growing. And the first thing I did is I realized I was out of ideas. So even as you go through the history of this thing, you're going to see lots of other people writing the lesson plan. So if you scroll down here, here's a Kristen Schmidt. This is 2018. So this is not too long ago. Mandy Gross, Tony Coomer, Mimi Billook. And we got all the way up to, 2019. There was a period from like 2015 to 2018 that nothing happened, or almost nothing happened, because I was in Haiti. I was trying to do mission work. I didn't have internet. So how do you have a big website if you're in the internet free country or very low internet country? And then finally this year, big breakthrough for us. I finally got this modern design. I finally got this, the cool picture that moves and all this stuff. And it looks supposed to look really great on a mobile phone as well. And I kind of took it to the next step because, I'm back in the Americas, back in the United States anyway, and couldn't do that. And we also had a lot of problems this year. I don't know if any of you guys remember, and you can leave me a comment on this. Right before Easter, we had so many trouble with like malicious hacker kind of activity where there were bots, there were spam bots trying to log in and hack the password like 3,000 times an hour. And when you, no matter how fancy your website is, unless you are Google and Facebook, if there's spammers trying to hack your website 3,000 times an hour, it brings it down, it breaks it, you know, you have all these problems. Luckily, they didn't get in, they didn't do any damage, but we had to go offline for like 6 hours one day and then 6 hours the next week. And what happened is in the process of that, we rebuilt the website. And I was like, hey, if we're going to rebuild it, we might as well make it pretty. So we rebuilt the website. And I think it's prettier now. You guys can tell me if I'm wrong. It looks prettier to me. And that's, I guess, you know, all I can say unless you prove me wrong. So I'm going to jump over, check your comments. Where are we at here? Facebook. Let me refresh my Facebook and see if you guys are commenting. And I do appreciate you guys watching because this is a spur of the moment thing. And I'm just kind of hanging out on Labor Day weekend and said, hey, this will be fun. And my Google Calendar said, happy birthday. And I was like, what? Whose birthday? Oh, it's the website's birthday. So thank you for the happy birthdays. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You guys are sweet. And if you have any questions about this, and one of my big hesitancies in even talking about this website is when I started, there's so many good, smart blogs about children's ministry out there, and some of them come and gone and whatnot. And I think Ministry to Children just kept going and going. And two things is, one is I stopped just writing my own stuff. I got other people to write stuff. So I had all these other people sharing their ideas, which made it better. And then two is I just tried to keep it all free. I didn't try to like to sell things or anything else. We had sponsors, but I wasn't out there begging for donations, and I wasn't out there trying to sell you my curriculum or whatever. So that's kind of why it grew. It's just, you know, a free place to find help for children's ministry. We do have a donation now, plug, on the About page if you really feel led, but that's not the focus of it at all. So let's look back at some history. And this is, if this is information overload, this is Google Analytics, and this is what all the big fancy websites use to track the history of the website. And what I want to show you is just what blows me away and for me is just to give praise to God for his grace that in the history, and I've got this report going back from the beginning till now, 47 million people, according to Google, have visited this website. 47 million. Now, let's be honest. I lived in a town of 2,000, 3,000 people in a county of 60,000 people when I was doing this website primarily. So the idea that 47 million people would visit this blows my mind. And you can see that over time, 2008, 2009, these are monthly marks on the bar. We started getting up there. 2013, at that point was the all-time high for a month. And then you get over to my years in Haiti, 16, 17, 18, and just kind of things go down because I'm neglecting the website. I'm not on there. I'm not tweaking. I'm not writing content. I'm not doing my best to keep it growing. Well, then I get back to America and I'm kind of back dedicated again, and we get up. And then February of 2020, praise God, was the most, let me get this there. We broke 1 million visitors, or 1 million sessions. A session is different than a visitor, but we broke 1 million sessions in a single month for the first time ever. And I said, this is amazing. This is finally, like, of all the backtracking we did, we were back to like the biggest, awesomest ever. Well, then there was this little virus that killed the world, coronavirus. And and February is not a big month. I'll be honest with you. In children's ministry, it's pretty predictable. The big months, you know this: Mother's Day, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas, back to school, all these kind of holidays. February, we have Valentine's Day, but it's not a big deal. And so we got to that number. Hey, Ariana, welcome back. You ready to sing again?
Where's my $5?
Where's my $5? The people have to tell me if you deserve that money. Okay. Okay, go on. I got to talk. I'm going to get it for you when I'm done. Check with the people. Let me see if people are in here. Okay. Oh, happy birthday. Oh, that's Kristen. Kristen saying that. Website looks awesome. Thank you, Luis. And if you guys have an opinion on Ariana's $5 happy birthday song, let me know, because I'm watching your comments on the live stream, and there's not a lot of us on here, but hey, if you think Ariana singing was worth $5, let me know. If you think it was worth $3, let me know. It doesn't matter. We'll go for that. So $3, that's right. You can buy like 3 things at the dollar store. Anyway, so the coronavirus kind of hit us hard, which makes sense, because if you're not teaching Sunday school, you don't need us as much. We had a lot of people come for family stuff, but I've been talking to some other friends. I feel like family church after Easter kind of just stopped for many, many, many people, which is kind of sad, but it makes sense. Everybody's tired, fatigued. So we'll get back up here next year. I'm not worried about it. I think as long as there's people out there telling kids about Jesus, this website's going to be helpful, and we're just going to keep doing it. So here's our audience around the world. Honey, I'm not talking to you. I'm on the video. You can come watch if you want, but you can't interrupt me. Here's the same report from Google Analytics, but just showing you all around the world. And our website is 73% America, which is fine. That's where I'm from. That's where, it makes sense to me that we're there. But then you go down to these other countries, the United Kingdom, Canada, Philippines, these top 3 kind of Western English speaking, a lot of Protestant, a lot of Christians. The Philippines, very English speaking, very Christian. Australia, India, I'm a little surprised India's on the top 10 here. South Africa, Singapore, Nigeria, you guys probably don't know. Nigeria has a lot of English speaking too, Malaysia. So, it's really a global website, and which makes sense, because no matter how hard you try, in many of these countries, you can't buy purchased curriculum. So, Russia, 56,000, Mongolia, China, 68,000. You just name it. Iran, we've had 3,581 website visitors from Iran. And I know just from emailing with people, some of those are missionaries, France, just all of it. So to me, it's just blown away, because here I'm back in my hometown now, and I think we have 10,000 people. So I'm from a little town. And so God's taken my little website from a little town and just used it in this incredible way. So I'm just going to give him praise for that. And happy birthday, Ministry to Children. So 13 years today. And if you're just joining the stream, that's what I'm doing. I'm talking about Ministry to Children throughout the years. Happy birthday. Tom Bumps writing me, but I'll ignore that for now because I'm on a video. Let's see what else is happening. Teaching through Zoom, and the website's awesome. Thank you, Denise. And oh, by the way, and I email this every week, and I say, hey, we have, and I'll go back to the latest edition of the website here. This is the live website now. We have something I've called the please copy policy. And where is it at? Here's it down. Da, 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 da. Well, I thought, oh, here it is at the very bottom. Sorry, my fault. The please copy policy basically says we legally we're under Creative Commons licensing, which means I do something and I share it with the world. And as long as you don't charge anybody for it, it's cool to share it anywhere you want. So if you wanted to copy every single thing from the website, put it on your own blog, it's no problem. It's legal. It's cool. If you want to copy anything I write or that's our stuff, and you can share it anywhere you want on your church, your Facebook, all your stuff. And that's kind of what I decided early on, because I was like, why would you be so uptight about a free copyright? Because I'm not charging people for this. So as long as you don't charge it, share it however you want. And I know there's hundreds of websites that just rip off our coloring pages. I say rip off because they don't actually give us credit. There's actually some that take the name off their coloring page. But the coloring pages that our artists have put together are just these amazing coloring pages. And it makes me sad that the artists in our website doesn't get credit for that, but it's okay, because as long as kids are hearing about Jesus, I really don't care, because that's what's going to matter at the end. So here's where we are all around the world. And let's see, I think that's about all I had to say about that. Oh, one new development, and you guys may have seen like there's different links on the website now kind of pointing to this new website, Sunday School Works. And this is, I would say, like in internet years, it would be the grandchild, but like in human years, it would be like the little sister. So this is Sunday School Works, and this is a website I started building just a few months ago, because I said, ministry to children is now 3,681 pages. I mean, 3,681 pages of content. It's too big. I can't even find stuff. So I started building this new website to make it a little more obvious to find stuff. And you see, this was kind of where I was testing the design ideas, the ideas that eventually became this. I was kind of testing that whole layout here first. But what Sunday School Works does is we only do one thing a week, and it's just like all the best. And right now it's mostly from Christian Schmidt, who's our best curriculum writer right now, our most active, way more helpful than I am. And we just put all her stuff here, free to download, super easy, and you're done. So that's why I've been promoting Sunday School Works, because I feel like, hey, if you're in a hurry and you need a lesson quick, go for Sunday School Works. If you need to find like lots and lots of new ideas, you come to Ministry to Children, you use our search button, and you find, Jesus feeds 5,000, and you look down, get past the ads, because that's a Google thing. But you see lesson, skit, lesson. So that's the way Ministry to Children is now. I have, on any given week, we're going to have 5-10 lessons on like that focused Bible verse. So we just want to keep that real. So, hey guys, thanks for watching. I'm going to hop back and check comments one more time. And if you guys have something to say, I'd love to have it. Elizabeth, thanks for sharing your story. Yeah, thank you. And I feel like the website's helpful. I've never felt like it was awesome. I always felt like this is a guy just doing his best to throw all the spaghetti at the wall and see if it sticks. Because to me, it's like, I've always had this theory. I'm going to stop the screen share here. Stop sharing. So it's just me talking. And I've always had this theory that like, I am empowering teachers. So you guys are the teachers, 100%. You are sitting face to face. You're accountable to God for your ministry. So if I can give you 1 or 2 ideas to help what you're already teaching, hey, that's great. If I give you 1 or 2 ideas that you think are stupid, don't use them. Don't use it at all. So that's kind of what I've always thought. And that's why you're going to see so many mistakes, because it's a work in progress. And of those 3,681 articles, I'm back every week. I spend most of my free time just updating articles, going back, checking typos. People will leave a comment on articles about this and that, and I try to fix it. I try to integrate the new stuff. Kristen's always adding new stuff, and I've got to go back and connect all the dots. So that's kind of what we're doing. So it looks like Ariana's out of here. Oh, I've got a comment in Spanish. Oh, thank you. You translated. I would absolutely love, and I'm going to share the screen on this again. I would absolutely love to do Spanish materials. And I've even reached out a few different people to do it. I know Sermons for Kids does that. And I really just point people to Sermons for Kids because I don't have the ability to do it. I speak English and I speak Haitian Creole, and I speak just enough French to make myself sound goofy in French company, but my Spanish is not good. Yo no parle español. So, lo siento. But thank you so much for reaching out. And if I can find a way to do that, I would definitely love to do it. So guys, I am just about done now. I think I've talked you to death. Thank you for celebrating this little milestone in my life. Hopefully it's not too annoying that I'm not patting myself on the back, saying, hey, this is what we've done, because I think from start to finish, Ministry to Children has been about what God's doing, despite of me, despite of the limitations I've had. And I think, as long as it's free on the internet, I hope you guys keep coming there to find help. And as long as I can find smart people like Christian Schmidt and Bethany Darwin and Mandy Gross, as long as I can find smart people to share their ideas and write for the website, it's going to keep growing. So, all right, guys, thanks so much for watching. God bless you in your ministry, and we'll hope to see you back soon.